April the 7th, 2026. Guys, a quick video. Been watching this all day, and I knew that things were going to change. And what they're saying now is Trump, on Tuesday evening, just not long ago, announced a double-sided ceasefire and agreed to suspend his planned military strikes on Iran after speaking with the Pakistani prime minister. Remember, we just talked about that new accord yesterday? But the speech, I don't think, had as much to do with it as the fact that since yesterday, Israel and the U.S. has been bombing the crap out of Iran. I'm talking about big time. Kharg Island got hit again. A lot of you guys are aware of it. I know you're watching. Kharg Island got hit again, and they were emphasizing the fact that they were not trying to hit the oil infrastructure, just the military targets. And again, Israel was pounding. The U.S. was pounding. It was pretty rough. Some more bridges got blew up, things like that. And it was like Trump said in 48 hours, which would be in a 2 hours from now as I'm recording this, at 8 p.m. Eastern, that all hell would break loose. But the way he stamped that emphasis was the fact that all hell broke loose all night, last night, and all day today. Now, if you think about it, 8 p.m. tonight is 4:30 a.m. in Tehran. So it was a good thing they called us off if they did it. But here's what they're saying again. It was relentless bombing, some of the worst probably since the whole thing began. So it was like, are you sure you want to continue this? Anyway, he announced this double-sided ceasefire and agreed to suspend the planned military strikes on Iran after speaking with the Pakistani prime minister. Based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent to Iran and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Straits of Hormuz. Guys, I hope this holds, because the consequences of oil going up beyond what it is, and it's still going to rise for a little bit. They got to try to restructure the infrastructure, I guess would be a way to say it, if the treaty holds. Again, they're saying that I agree to suspend the bombing, this is Trump, and the attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire, Trump said on Truth Social. What does that mean? Iran, don't you shoot one missile. We're not going to shoot anything, and we just don't know about Israel. They kind of cray-cray, and they may do anything to try to keep it going, because they realize, if you think about it, Israel's really been aggressive since they had Big Brother and the umbrella of the U.S. military hanging over this area of this planet. So I think a lot of the times, the last few events we've seen was that as Trump was trying to call for peace, Israel was instigating more attacks. And Trump is saying the reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with the definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the U.S. and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the U.S., United States of America's President, and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term problem close to a resolution. Thank you for your attention for this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And one of my Huskies just had to agree with that. And that's the best case scenario, because as the day went on and the bombing continued, guys, I'm talking about Kharg Island, many places got hit hard, just stamping home the fact again that if you don't do something, you could end up in the going back to the Stone Ages. Now let's look at Wall Street's reaction, guys. The Dow has jumped, they're saying 700 points, but you can see here it closed plus 969, S&P 142, NASDAQ futures 598, that's tech. Oil is down 1692. U.S. 10-year bonds are down. Guys, this is what we had to have happen. Now, let me say this. We have to have Israel shut it down also. Guys, if they do, then we will see peace come back on the planet. I don't know how long it will last. But again, the burden of the nations has to stop it. It's been too much. They want to, again, they have that protective umbrella. Maybe as in these negotiations that we are seeing between the U.S. and Pakistan, Israel's involved in it also. And Trump telling them, look, guys, it's time to shut it down. Let's see if they shut it down. Like Trump said, it's a two-edged deal. Guys, and just closing this out, look at Brent, 109. That's the futures, unchanged, but oil, 93.99 down. Now, look, it's just dropping. It's down 1905. Natural gas is down 88. Airbnb gas down. Murban crude is unchanged. And let me say this. Saw reports today in Europe that they were going to have to start grounding some flights because of this lack of jet fuel. So I think it's kind of hitting home in many places. Well, I think the end result, and I hope it would be the end of the United Nations, the end of the European Union, and the U.S. coming back home and taking care of business here. The European Union has shown us that they will grift, they will steal, they will cheat, but they will never come and help you in your time of need. And so that's been exposed, another move in the chess game. And so again, I think the ball lies in the court of Israel. We're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.